your hole at the top is at the 0 degree position. This one, which we'll show you on the digital readout later, is offset. Since these, with 6 holes, they're 60 degrees apart. Each hole 60 degrees. So if that's our center part right in the middle there, say that's our center, you're going to move 30 degrees over. And I'll show you that on the digital readout. So if you need this pattern, your starting angle is going to be 30 degrees. So basically all you have here is you have 2 measurements you need to know. If you, again, if it's a 3/4 inch circle, 0.750, we're going to move 3/8 down, which is 0.375 for our first hole. Now if we want to get our second hole, if we're on center there, what you're going to do is you need to move over this direction the value of B. So we'll do that first, and what we do is, here's B, we're going to come down to 3/4 of an inch. So we know that we need to move 0.3248 over to the right, where are we, to get in this direction, which is going to put you right here. Now we need to go down the value of C to get on center with that hole. So now we simply go to C and we come down to 3/4, and we know that we need to move 0.1875 of an inch. So now once we are here with our B, we come down 0.1875, and now that's right on that hole. So you can drill that hole. Now you do the same thing, but in reverse to get this hole. This one, like I said, we know is easy because it's right in the center, up 0.375 of an inch. And then you're going to do the same thing all the way around. So that's a really handy chart to have. Makes things simple because everything's laid out for you. You don't have to do any math. Makes it easy. But you are limited to 4, 6, 8, and 12 hole patterns. But it's a good chart. The easiest way to do it is with a digital readout. If you guys have a digital readout on your mill and you haven't used the bolt circle function, you should really try to learn how to use it. It's very simple to use, and it'll make it pretty much so you don't have to do any math. All you have to do is know the diameter of your circle, how many holes you want, and then the starting degrees, and it tells you everything. It gives you the coordinate, and basically all you have to do is zero it out for each one. Zero out your digital readout, and it'll put you right on. So we'll go ahead and move over to the milling machine, show you the digital readout, and get started. Alright, here's our digital readout for the mill. Gonna start that up. It has to boot up, so once that's done we'll get rolling. Alright, it always starts in metric, so we'll just go ahead and hit the imperial button for inch there. And right now we have it all zeroed out because we have the bit zeroed on our part. Just going to use a center drill for this demonstration. Now if we want to lay out a bolt circle pattern, there's this little button right here. You can see it's a circle with holes around it. That's what we want. It's going to ask us for our center. We're already zeroed where we want to be. You could change these values if you wanted. Say you had multiple bolt circles that you needed to drill. Say you had one here and you wanted one over here, you could then enter the coordinates in for that second one. Since we're just doing one, we'll leave it zeroed there. Go down. The diameter of the circle that we're going to put the bolt holes on is 0.75, 3/4 of an inch. So that's good. Number of holes, we're going to do 6. The starting angle is 0. Now where that comes into play is if you, up here. So if you do 0, you're going to end up with a bolt hole pattern like this. You're going to have one directly at the top at your 0 degree setting. If you want it to be like this, you would want to do 30 because these are 60 degrees apart. Your center is here, so it'd be 30 degrees to this hole. So if you're doing something round, it doesn't matter. You can do either. If you're working on, say, a flange or something, it might matter one way or another. But for this, we're just going to go with 0, so we get a bolt hole pattern like that. And the ending angle, 360 degrees, so we're going all the way around. And hole 1, it tells us we need to move x to zero this out. So we need to move 0.375 or 3/8 of an inch in order to get to our zero position. So we'll go ahead and do that. And once we're zeroed out, that is going to be where that hole needs to be drilled. So that's exactly where that hole would need to be drilled. So we'll go ahead and drill that hole. If I can get my hand out of here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to drill that first hole. And then we can open these up, or we could countersink them with that center drill. So now for hole number 2, we're simply going to come up here, and I didn't lock it down because it's for this demonstration. I don't want to spend the time, but we're 2/10,000ths off, no big deal. So to go to hole 2, we're going to hit the down button, hole 2. And now we just have to zero out these coordinates here for your x. So we'll get zeroed out. And then for our y, and now we'll go ahead and drill hole 2. And if you notice, I have just a spin indexer there. I have a little job to do, so I didn't feel like pulling it off for this demonstration, so that's kind of in the way there, but not a big deal either. So go ahead and drill hole 2. Now hole 2 is drilled. So now we're just going to keep progressing along. We'll do one more on here, go to hole 3, and now you can see we just need to move the X. And then we'll drill hole 3 and we'll continue, and I'll come back on hole 6. Now we're on hole 6, so we'll go ahead and drill that real quick. And now we're done. So I'll go ahead and pull that off and give you a look at it. So that's the final product. Our 6 holes laid out on a 3/4 inch diameter bolt hole pattern. Pretty simple to do. If you have a digital readout, I would definitely suggest learning how to use it. Much easier than doing all the trig by hand. If you have a chart like I showed you in the first part of the video, that definitely makes it easier. But this is, like I said, the simple way to do it with the digital readout, and it's a nice accurate way to do it without putting a lot of thought into it. All you have to do is know your diameter, your starting point, and how many holes, and basically you just go from there. So if you guys have any questions about this video or have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Or if you have any things that you would like me to make videos of, I'd be more than happy to do it. So just put them down there and I will get to them. But until the next time, you guys take care.